What's going on, people? Hey, I'm working on my 1993 Chevy Lumina. I'm currently working on removing and installing brake pads and rotors on the rear assembly. I also wanted to touch up on a few things that helped me out. I don't know if these things may be affecting you, but the caliper piston, as you see it right there. See it right there? I'm going to point at it with a screwdriver so it can better be seen. There you go, right there. It's your caliper piston and the boot right there. Now I was having difficulty because I removed the caliper completely and I had no leverage whatsoever. And this little device, this little cube that I purchased a while back to try to seat these pistons with was becoming extremely difficult to use. So what I did was I mounted the caliper back on there without the pads, and I placed the cube on a ratchet and an extension, and I'm gonna try to. A normal person who does my videos is not here, my daughter of course, but I'll show you and you can see how the piston turns. I'm using one hand. You have to push and turn at the same time. If you use a C-clamp, if you use any other type of device that does not turn, you'll destroy that piston and whatever threads it has in there. So be aware of that. Also, make sure that when you are trying to seat that piston back in there, that you loosen this bleeder valve. Loosen that bleeder valve right there. And that way it'll allow the pressure to escape and therefore allowing you to turn the piston much more easily. So, as I said, just install it onto your ratchet and then just turn. See how it turns? How simple that is. Now it's simple now because I placed the caliper back on the mount with the bolts. So that's just a tip, just for those of you who may have these problems. I had not seen any videos on a 1993 Chevy Lumina or 92, 91, 92, 93, 94, which they're basically the same. But this one came with complete rotor system throughout from the manufacturer. But I had not seen anyone do a video on these things, and it can be challenging if you don't have the right tools, and you'll get frustrated and it'll take you a while, but that's what YouTube is there for. So remember, compressing the piston, get yourself one of these little cube compressing piston devices, and the bleeder valve. And if you're having difficulty turning and pushing against that piston, remember to put the bolts back on and stabilize your caliper. And that way you'll avoid damaging this brake line here. They're pretty sturdy, but you never know. You never know. Well, I appreciate you guys viewing my video. Thank you, and please subscribe.